What's the deal, gang? How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Chat, I'm taking a sell right here. I just hopped on because I saw it happening, so I'm taking a sell right where we are. 2642.17 is where I got in here. Sorry, I just got into the computer. Oh. 42.17, there's my entry. Now, looking here mainly at the 4 hour and how we broke down here and broke the previous 4 hour low, never broke the high, keeping with structure. So I'm expecting the current 4 hour to break through, or the next 4 hour to break the low and make that bottom wick here. Okay, I know it's a bit early, but this is just something I noticed as we were hopping on here. And we're in the last hour of this 4 hour candle. Okay, last 40 minutes of the 4 hour candle. You know what I didn't check? I'm sorry, I did not check for news. I don't believe we have anything at 8. Yeah, building permits, that's what I saw yesterday. So chat, also I'm gonna take another sell right here, right where we are. 2642.9, 2643 area was what I was paying attention to. 2642.9 right there. We might end up, so we'll do a breakdown after this. I'll post some of my levels. Well, let me while we're here at this area, let's mark up the levels. More people at the Zoom door. Come on in. 1 hour flip. I'm not too worried about the 1 hour flip until we get a closure on the 4 hour, right? It doesn't scare me too much, which is okay. Right, we can come back and raid, but with the push that we just had and the amount of time we have left in the higher time frame, I'm expecting to refill the wick that we just made, right? So that's the expectation here. Comex open in 8 minutes. No, Comex open in 7 minutes. You're right. You are right. Let me go. Hey, beautiful. Love you. Have a great day at school. The 1 hour flips bullish here. I will take a sell. However counterintuitive it might feel or be, once the 1 hour flips bullish here, I will take a sell. Enjoy your trip. Love you. All right. Have an awesome time. Oh shoot, where's my... Gang, lock in here. We might have positions here fairly soon. We might have another pineapple here. I'm taking a sell right here. 2643.3. I love you. 2643.3 just took another sell. If this thing can stop skipping, I'll mark it off. $15 closed bearish. Current 15 opened up top wick. Straight to top wick. All right, taking a sell right here, right where we are. 30 flip bullish here for a split second, so just took a sell. I know it's counterintuitive to a lot of you guys, right? Because you're taking a bullish flip, you're taking a sell on a bullish flip. But I'd still expect price to come down a bit here, right? Until we get bullish closures. If we start getting bullish closures, we'll look to manage risk and we'll move on. But for now, I'm looking for the price to continue down for a little bit to retest at the very least right now, 2642. That's my area for retest right here. Hold on, gang. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Fuck, I forgot. I was saying bye to my kids. I forgot I'm muted. Wow, my spread's jumping. Volume coming in a bit. Created some range to the upside and to the downside with the wicks. Believe the higher time frame would need to come down and grab some orders, especially if you're on a 4-hour. But it might take a minute. Oh yeah, that's the 5. You got a lot of time here on the 5, so it should come up here if the 5 flips, but we'll see. A lot of volume. A lot of volume, not because it's moving, but because I see my spread jumping. Alright, gang. I'm trying to take a position right here. If it can activate, there we go. So just took another position here. And the only time I can close here is if this 30 closes with a top wick, or if this hourly closes bullish with a top wick. If the 4 hour starts flipping and breaking highs, we might be closing at that point too. But I just took another position at 2642.9. I'm sorry, 2645.5. 20.4. Wow, what a pullback. Short position. 45.4 right there. Can't close. Right, we made a lower low, lower high. The 4 hour has to start breaking its high and start breaking structure in order for me to start saying, all right, I got to manage it here. Chat, taking another sell right here. 46.9. That's where I got to sell. 46.9. Yeah, I see the smaller time frame moving up, but I also understand that the next 4 hour is gonna have to grab some orders. So is the next 30. So if we start heading up and flying up, all right, volume, unexpected volume, but we're gonna need to grab some orders. Kind of obligated to wait here until we have closures. Two minutes for the 30. We got 40 seconds here for the 30, and then we have half hour basically for our 4 hour. That will be key. Gang, I'm closing right here at break even. Bang. I just closed right here at break even. Congratulations, everybody. We just sat through an hour of heartache, 40 minutes of heartache. But we sat through it logically. We sat through it with logic. 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 -9, bro. I don't want to hear shit. You were just in -300. If you close at -9, you're good. It's fucking 12 positions. That means like if market moves half a pip, that's -9. Oh man. So here's the deal. I can't say this first entry was a lousy entry. Yeah, we close right here at the at 44.2. No, mine came out to I saw a little bit of profit, maybe like 3-4 pips, but my closure was minus. If I count the total, I'm like -4.5 pips, -5 pips. It's a break even for me. Yeah, as soon as I saw green on the terminal, as soon as I saw blue overall in the terminal, I closed it because the market's giving us a chance to get out here with that bullish 30. See, it made a bottom wick, almost no top wick, so chance it dries up. The bot didn't send all positions. There's 12 positions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, 12 positions, and I just bulk closed it. What didn't it send? How many didn't it send? The market bearish while you closed? Because the market gave us a chance to get out here. We speak about this all the time, right? 30 closed bullish, next 30, it created a top wick, but a minor top wick. Let's get rid of this. Minor top wick, and as it filled the 30 body, right? There's levels. These white lines are levels, right? Where market drives from. Support formed resistance, and then resistance that's now turning has a chance to turn into a support. Closed above, no top wick current candle. As we start approaching these areas, I was looking at this area, honestly, right here. Right here. So as we start approaching that area, I say to myself, where are we in the markets? Where are we time-wise? And what's the damage closing here versus holding it? Because the risk here becomes too much with 20 minutes to go, 25 minutes to go. With 10 minutes or 5 or 8 minutes to go over here, then I can go to the 4 hour and say, all right, this 4 hour is not going to ride up right now 5 minutes in the next 5 minutes to break the highs, which is when I'm wrong, right? So it would have to ride up 60 pips from this area, 50 pips from this area in the next 5 minutes if we were 5 minutes before the closure to be wrong, which is highly unlikely. But right now with 25 minutes to go, there's a chance this 30 flips bullish. But the reason we do not panic when price is up here, right? Price was up there for a moment. We don't panic because even though you're in drawdown, you are still ahead probability wise. Until this 4 hour starts breaking the highs or closing bullish, you are ahead probability wise. 4 pineapples? No, I had 5 pineapples. I had an initial position and then 5 pineapples. I had six different places for entry. Right? Now, if it starts breaking highs, we're riding up. That's like a 1 in 1,000 type thing here as we're keeping structure on the higher time frame. And then all of a sudden, we're going to start breaking the 4 hour high. That would need like a heavy catalyst. Like the White House would have needed to have like a bomb threat called in for some shit like that. Right? And then the market's fucking driving. But So yeah, if we were in sells and in drawdown, right, then you can be like, hey, White House, guess what? All right, gang, nothing like a little bit of adrenaline early in the morning, right? Just sat through some, you know, casually sat through 300 pips of drawdown. I think it was, remember when they had a fire threat or a bomb threat at the Pentagon? I think it was you guys. I think one of you guys might have had something to do. We might have been in drawdown that day. We might have been in drawdown. Did you take anything for Asia? No, I did not. Because, I mean, you had a chance to close out here, gang. This is break-even point right here. So you had a chance to. Yeah, the 44.2 is the break-even point here. So if you didn't close out there, you're definitely break-even right now. Swatted the White House, imagine. And no, so yesterday was my oldest daughter's birthday, and I took her out. I took her out. It was a Tuesday night. Is that W or B? No, that was a B. I lost about 5 pips on there, but like that's a break even. We were down 300 pips at one point in the trade. Now, if this doesn't play out over and over and over for us like it has been playing out over and over and over and over for us, right? I wouldn't have had as much confidence holding that. Because I would be saying to myself, well, maybe this, maybe that. But we've seen this play out over and over and over and over like that, right? Remember I said it's counterintuitive. I know the hourly's flipping bullish, but I'm going to look for sells. Because you would need a lot to happen for us to be wrong. For this to be a buy, a lot would have to happen. You ever get that feeling? I'm just like... Like, how do you even get through to people who just see the numbers and not the logic? Yeah, I'm waiting on this 4-hour close. Like, we've just fucked around and found out, right? We fucked around in this range and we found out. So we're gonna let this range go and we're gonna look for this to break. Fuck around, find out type of day. Man, we make 60 plus pips here and they cry from... Yo, we average like 50 to 100 pips daily for the session. If you took a loss today, I think maybe by the end of the week we would have been back, but... Chala! What up? Where's Nick today? Why is TTE not streaming? Usually when people come in here from TTE, it's because he's got a day off or something. What happened to Nick? All right, let's do a little bit of a top-down analysis and break this down here. Let's get rid of all of our lines. Wow, the weeklies are printing side by side. No wonder we're fucking ranging. Look at last week. Last week was nothing but a range, just wick. Daily yesterday closed bearish below the most recent. You're expecting the daily to fill the daily wick today. 4 hour. Wow, ranges are massive, massive, massive. Okay, this is how I see it. Bada bing, bada boom. There's probably a shitload of comments, right? While I was in drawdown. I don't look, chat. When I'm in a trade, if I'm in a position, I don't look at your comments. I don't read anything. Because I'm not trying to have anyone affect my thought process, right? If I was sitting here by myself and not streaming, I'm doing just fine. So I'm not trying to have anyone sway me. So if you ask questions when I'm in a trade, a lot of times I won't answer just because I want to finish the trade out based on my internals, not based on anybody else's, right? So there was probably a shitload of comments during the trade. But if you don't understand how I manage this or why I manage risk the way I do, you just got to keep showing up. Did you learn something from that first position? Would you take it again? No, I would take it again. I remember when we closed, I said, I don't think our initial entry was a bad entry. I really don't. The market's still doing what it's supposed to do. The problem, not the problem, I think is just this range, right? My initial level was like this, hopping onto the stream from first glance. But I don't think that's correct at this point. I think this would have been more correct. And if we look, there's a level there on the 5 right here. Yep, that matches up. Right. Right where we rejected. So I think maybe that's where we should have had the level instead of up here. But overall, I still, that's a position I would typically take. Volume, direction, momentum, we're breaking out. Just nature of the game, right? And that's the nature of the beast that we call gold. The key is to put yourself in a position with entries where it doesn't burn you if you're wrong. Like I think our first entry was solid, and we've taken plenty of dubs where that first entry never gives us a pineapple, and if we don't take it, we just miss the trade. Right? Yeah, we'll sit. Oh, there'll be times because it's moving and it's more of a, right? People would say impulse as in not a candle closure, but like mid candle as we're driving. I guess the market calls that impulsive, but I plan on it. So it's not really an impulsive trade because that's a plan, right? That's something we do all the time. So I don't really consider that impulsive, but it is mid candle. So you don't have the best entry, but you have a really high probability here. Right. But then your pineapples are at places that you need to get back to, right? So so many new ones in the chat. I think there's a lot of new people in the chat because a lot of streamers or a lot of people aren't able to perform during the holidays, right? And we over here performing, we got a routine, we got a whole choreography, right? The pineapples are lit. All the new, imagine like 150 people, 100 new, whatever, 50, even 20 new people show up today. And that's the first experience with Wix 9. No, that's not typical. That first trade, that's not a typical. That happens maybe once a month, what we just had, but it's not typical. You know what the worst is? The worst is when you go watch a new streamer or watch a streamer for the first time, not a new streamer, but watch somebody else for the first time. And the very first time you trade with them is a loss, and you're like, fuck this guy, I'm not watching it. And then like for the next year and a half, they don't take a loss, and you're like, the day I showed up, you took a loss. No guru December. I know the industry feels naked right now. Feels nude. It was their first and last stream. Yo, I think our initial entry is about to get hit. How right were we? Chat, you know what time it is, right? Kenny definitely knows what time it is. Third time's the charm. Let's go, baby. Papa's counting on you. Let's go. Third time. All right, chat. Let's take a vote. Side bets. How many flicks does it take to light a bic? How many times do I flick my bic before I get some fire? 2? Haha. Technically, that was like the 4th or the 5th one. I think that was number 5. A million wins in a row. The day I take a trade, 100 pip drawdown. Yeah. Motherfucker tricked us. First time I came to market mechanics stream, I got L. It's alright. Challenge account, please. I was the first to say it's gonna be first. Right. Next time. What happened to the Asian dude? Are you related to Chris, Nate? You have a brother named Chris? Nah? Alright. Well, the market's been ranging for 24 hours here. We gave it a chance in this range. We're gonna give it a chance to volumize. Got to use lower loss, take pineapples with wicks unless you got a big count. No, you got to. What do you mean? You have to. It's not like a profound thing, right? Everybody's got different size accounts. You obviously should go by percentage risk versus monetary risk, right? Because one of my positions could be more leverage than your whole account, right? Or it could be the opposite, right? So you have to go percentage-wise based on your own account, not based on my account, right? And you can't take my trade using your risk. You can't take your trade and use my risk. You get your trade, your risk. My trade, my risk. Would you say 0.1 with the 2K account is okay? No, 0.01. 0.02, 0.03, 0.4, something like that. I'd probably go with half of what you're doing. If you're doing 0.01, I go if you're going 0.1, I'd go 0.05, maybe. It grows quickly. Just get 100 wins under your belt. Get 20, like spend a month winning. It grows quickly. You'll go 0.1 after. My gigantic 1 to 10 leverage, that lower your risk. It does. You're just over risking. People at the Zoom door, I know. Thank you. Appreciate that. I do 0.05 with 2K, 2%. Yeah, that sounds about right. A lot will depend, but Lawless, a lot will depend on your leverage. in that case. Started with 100. My account's sitting at 1K, trading 0.2. Well, if you've been trading with us for the entire month, right? We don't really have a loss, I don't think, in the last 4 or 5 weeks. So if you, since our last loss, let's say you picked up an account, and since our last loss, you've been trading at that lot size. We haven't really we haven't had this kind of trade in over a month. We haven't sat through like, you know, a 5 pineapple trade in over a month. So for the last month, you should have been stacking, right? Still 35% from past 3 months. Up 35%. That's a W. It's 35,000 on a 100K account. Yeah, right now, like, we're printing side by side. We gave the market a chance with some volume, with some momentum. It didn't really give us direction, but we were hoping the direction would show up on the very following candle. Didn't really happen. To 30, right? As we were breaking down here, you're expecting direction now to fill the range. Very valuable. Like, we get the most value out of sitting in drawdown, not money wise, but like just figuring out where to manage risk and what levels make sense, right? If we don't take a sell there off this level while we're driving up bullish here on the hourly, right? At some point, the 1 hour candle was pretty heavily bullish up here, but we don't take that sell based off this level. We're still stuck in drawdown. Have a plan. Make sure you plan out your levels before the trade. Don't start questioning and guessing. Where should I be now? Where should I take the next position? Where can I manage risk? No. All of that is predetermined before I click sell on my initial position. Zoom door. There's nobody else at the Zoom door. If you want to get in the Zoom, go there right now, because I'm looking and there's no one at the Zoom door. I'm done with this range. Yeah, we were done with this range yesterday. Actually, no, I'm sorry. The range yesterday was this. Right? Where's 989? Right here. Yeah. That's what we said yesterday about this. Look at this. We're like, nah, fuck this. We're done with this shit. Guess what? This ain't much better. Okay, what about this candle? Straight down, no top wick. I saw this yesterday. I saw this happening yesterday. Yeah, I was out. You see how we have a level right here? Yeah, I'm not taking buys here as it's making a bottom wick. Hold on a second, chat. Where's the Holy J? No, I didn't go to smoke. I went to see if I can adopt a kid from a third world country. Yeah, I'm trying to pull Brangelina. I got different adoptions agencies calling me back right now. Trying to better the world one kid at a time. Right? Got the money, got to spend it somewhere. I'm gonna adopt an Indian kid and a Russian kid. I gotta adopt like an African kid, a Kenyan kid. I'm gonna put everybody in their own sports. Hope someone makes it. I gotta adopt like a 7-foot black kid. I gotta adopt like a Asian whiz. I need me like an Indian computer programmer. You building a trading team? No, I'm trying to better some lives, to be honest. You need a Jamaican kid? I got 2. Is there a BOGO deal? As long as you get me a BOGO deal. 7 feet, you just want NBA tickets? Yes. Be like the blind side. Yeah, I'm not looking for positions here, chat. Not right now. This is gonna have to come up heavy. This is gonna have to fill the previous candle body for us to look at positions. Like right here, if we just drive straight up without making a bottom wick, maybe at this area, maybe, as this is a level we drive down from all that runs across, right? See a strong rejection here, see a strong rejection here, see a strong rejection here, right? We see just the market rejecting at that area, and we also at one point found support here. But for now, no, there's no entry till we get up there. If we get up here with no bottom wick, we'll have entries. Buy 2, get 1 free? What are you, Publix? What are you, Stop and Shop? The fuck? Buy 2, get 1 free. Nah, I'm just gonna wait for Black Friday, bro. I think on Black Friday I could get 4 for that price. Ranging until FOMC? I don't know, maybe. The ranges are massive. There's room to take advantage of them. Nothing here for me in terms of entries. I gotta wait here. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll have more trades today. It's got to set up. This looks like ass and feet right now. Like, and if this was the other way around, will we look for buys? Yeah, if we were printing like this, I'm not looking for buys here. Here's what we want to see, right? We want to see volume. How do we identify volume? With a closure outside the range at this point. So we would need the market either to do this, right? So we could say, all right, we're looking for bottom wick entries at this area to ride that wave, or we need to close below here. We need some kind of gladiator candle to bring us out of that range, right? An actual closure below, maybe for NYC open if you look at the time, right? So something that breaks us out. Shouldn't really drive here. right? If there's a strong level there, but something like this would be great. Then we can start looking for top wicks once again. This area, if you notice, this is where all the wicks come up. Right, wick. So we would look for this area across the board for top wick to come down. And if we're wrong, you're above support at that point, right? So if the candle decides, all right, you want a top wick, but we're not going to flip bearish, we're just going to continue up, you've just put yourself, right, as you're coming up here and you take an entry right here expecting a top wick, and it keeps coming up against you. If you're wrong in that point, in that case, you're gonna have the market come back and drive off this area. So this is what it will do, right? It'll give you that bottom wick and then the drive up. And if that's the case and you've taken an entry here, you can play this little range, right? You can play this area as for an actual win for the position, or you close out at break even as you get price coming back down to this entry. But if you have an entry here, right, or if you have an entry here, you can probably go break even by the time it taps this support at 42. If you entered at 44, you're going break even by the time it taps 42. Probably secure some bacon, and then if it rejects, you got, no harm, no foul. You have no risk on the table. Fuck, God damn it. I was saying, let's get rid of this, and I was answering Jay's question. So Jay asked if the Fed decides to lower the interest rates by 25 basis points, as expected, would gold likely go bearish? No, it would most likely go bullish, right? Because the rate cut reduces the opportunity cost of holding gold. Gold is a non-yielding asset, right? So that typically makes gold more attractive to investors. It would also weaken the US dollar, right, if that happens, because a rate cut often leads to a weaker dollar. If so facto, gold should go up, right? You also get an expectation of inflation. Rate cuts typically stoke expectations of inflation. So people tend to hedge against inflation by buying gold, right? And also, rate cuts, bring on economic uncertainty. People get uncertain about economic growth, So they go to safe haven currencies, the yen, the gold. So those are all reasons for why gold should be going up if the rates are cut, right? Now it could go down if like the market interprets the cut as insufficient enough to address whatever concerns they're addressing with the drop, with the rate cut, right? So if they're addressing a certain concern with a rate cut, but it's not a sufficient enough drop, you might see gold continue to drop, right? Or if it's already priced in, when stuff is already priced in, then it can just do whatever, right? It's not really about what the Fed does. You got to understand, it's really about sentiment, right? So like, no matter what they do, your question should be, how will the market interpret what the Fed does? Right? Put yourself in the position of the majority and how they're interpreting what the Fed is doing and why they're doing it. Right? It's not really about what the Fed is doing. It's really about the interpretation of the market, of that in the market. So, but if you, in general, right? In general, rate cuts will bring the prices of gold up, just like general rule of thumb, right? A rate cut will support a bullish move, and a raise will support a bearish move, unless there's like other overriding factors, right? There can be plenty of other things in the economy that can override a rate cut or outdo it. So sentiment matters, right? The key is, like, some people spend their lives trying to study sentiment and figure out how to interpret the fundamentals, right? But it's up to you how simple or how difficult you want to make this. For me, I just look at the candles. I wouldn't have bothered, because I would have seen historically that we drive down from this area, right? This resistance. I would want this to turn into a support above here, right? So we would want the candles to hold above here, right? Which means we would have wanted this candle to close above here. The only way we take, right? The only way I take this bottom wick here is if this previous candle's top wick broke all these highs. Like, if we get a top wick but close back in range, and if it looks like this, yeah, I'm taking a bottom wick entry here off of support. There's plenty of range to fill. But we've closed, if you look, we closed right at resistance with almost no wick to fill. So there's almost no range. And that's supported by two things. It's supported by the closure below and by the fact that there's not much of a top wick. 4-pip wick. So I was willing to see if they expect a rate cut and it doesn't happen. What's your thoughts on this wick now when gold pushes up on risky times? What do you mean risky times? It's not risky. It's volume, right? They bring volume. Risky is just your interpretation of what's happening because you don't have an edge. I don't look at it like that. I just look at it as noise. If it's not something that's part of my edge, it's just noise. Everything, I put it all into just one box of noise, right? Irrelevant noise. Variables that are not part of our equation, right? When, like, I don't know, what, E equals MC square, right? You're not bringing delta into the equation or whatever it is, right? Like, that's irrelevant to that equation. So just, you know, don't try to interpret every little thing that's happening in the market. Look for the opportunity with your, you know, where your things are happening in the market, and everything else irrelevant. It's either yours or it's something that doesn't matter to you. Unless you have, you know, you're starting to notice something and you're picking up on an opportunity that you can utilize eventually. But literally, if something is not part of what you do, it's just noise. Don't try to make sense of it. There's so many things that the market doesn't make sense for us as traders. It's just counterintuitive in a lot of places, right? But not everywhere. There are times where it's like, holy shit, this is absolutely ours. That's your fucking position, bro. That's the one you take. Hold on. Let me rewind the tape here. Why is it not on a loop? I put this shit on a loop in settings. Loopy ass. What would you recommend lot size be with 100K count? Are you trading like me with 2 positions per entry? Then I'd probably stick to one lot and just open 1 lot at each position, right? You can probably, with 100 to 1 leverage, you can probably take 10, 15 positions. It really depends. It'll depend on the price of gold as well. You might not have as much leverage as you think as gold prices start going up, because then it gets more expensive to buy gold and enter positions on gold, right? So you get more leverage the cheaper the price of the actual, you know, pair is, or of gold. Because you have more buying power at that point. Yeah, we didn't really see. I don't think I saw actually 300 pips of drawdown, but it got close. We were over 200 pips of drawdown. Oh, people at the Zoom door, come on in. There we go, breaking down, breaking down. Yo, I don't know what my girl's cooking, but my house smells like a fucking restaurant kitchen right now, even in here. So 15 closed below. This one's pushing. Give it another pump. Chat, NYC open here in 12 minutes. Lock in. We might have positions here. Did it come back here? It did, didn't it? For a split second. I needed to pull up a bit. Yeah, it kind of did. I want to see where it tapped. Oh, yeah. would have liked for that to be a bit higher. Didn't quite get there. But makes sense. Yeah, if we can pull up a little, not to where we were, but to roughly this area, I'll look for positions. I'm taking a sell right here, right where we are. Just took a sell. 2640.2. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Chat. I opened that with the wrong lot size. Gang, I'm going to close it here. I just closed that position. I opened it with the wrong lot size. And I'm going to re-enter right here. 40 flat. Sorry. I closed the one in like 1 or 2 pip profit, and I just re-entered at 40 flat with the same. So if you're part of the signal channel, that's what it is. If you saw the closure, it's because I entered with the wrong lot size. Same position, maybe a pip off, but I had to close it, so the signal channel would have seen a closure and a reopening. That's just what it is. It's just the wrong, I opened it with the wrong lot size. We get to 61.1, I'm gonna look for a pineapple there. But the expectation is to fill the range down. That's the expectation. Spread a bit jumpy, all good. Seven minutes here for the 30. I like this track. It's late to jump in. I'm about 2-3 pips in profit here, not much. I think a bit too late now. We'll see. You'll see it pull up. You have the next 30. As long as this leaves a bottom wick, you have the next 30 top wick. Right? You'll probably still have another chance to get in there off a top wick on the next 30. There's that yawn. There's that mid-trade yawn. All right, closing half here. One of my two positions. I'm going to go break even here. On the second position, closed one of my two positions at 13. See if this can push a little. Can we break through? One more. One more push. One more push. Ah, fucker. It's going to leave a bottom wick for the 30. At this point, this is house money. There's no risk on the table. Stops are moved to break even here. So there's no risk on the table. We've made this a risk-free trade. All right. And let's see if we can finish the range down. Yeah, closed about 13 pips so far. All right. This pulls up. We'll have some entries. There's no risk on this trade. If it taps this this BE level, there it goes. It just tapped. We'll have top wick entries on the. We'll have top wick entries on the 30. 4 minutes here for the 30. How long did it take you to master your goals? I haven't mastered anything. I'm just, you know, growing day by day. $13 pips, yeah. Would you get back in there? Yeah, I'm waiting on this 30 close. There's 3 minutes. I thought we had more room, at least to 38 here, right? If we're going to reject, it's going to come down to a level, which right here at 38 where it's done so historically. 38.4, 38 flat. We got to 38.6. Yeah, I thought once we re-break that low, if we were to, as soon as it gets rebroken, I would have closed. About 20 pips. Music kind of loud. Hold on. I think the Swede kind of loud. There we go. I think the music should be better now. Gang, there's 2 minutes. 2 minutes left here for this 30 closure. It's NYSE open. Oof. Look where it just tapped. It pretty much tapped our area on the dot. Let's see. Let's see what happens. 2 minutes. I'm going to step outside. I'm going to take a couple of pulls of my cryptochronic kind of like. And I'll be right back. Yo, where's the weed at, though? Yo. Does anybody remember where I put the joint? Anybody? Yo, where you at, bro? Nah, stop playing right now. Oh, it's on the floor. Get it on the floor. Get it on the floor. Got it. Damn, I ain't even gonna have a chance to smoke. Hold on. 10 seconds here, gang. These are our entries for top wicks, as long as there's a bottom wick on this candle. You fucking kidding me? Where should I enter? Nowhere now. We have no bottom wick on that 30. For all we know, this can drive straight up. Yeah, this gets a little difficult, this little no range closure. We can still get it. So we can still get it on the 5 as long as we create some wicks here. This got to create that range, right? It's created a wick. 5 pips. This would need to really come up heavy or really break down heavy. This is no bueno on the 30. The candle on the 5. Yeah, but the 5 is not really a big concern for me. The concern for me is the 30 here closing no bottom wick and doesn't really have much of a top wick on the opening. Highly likely we come back and retest a large portion of this candle, or retest. Correct. That's the word I'm looking for. Correct a large portion of this candle. So I'd expect price to start coming up here. If it doesn't, we'll take advantage of it on the next hourly. But based on that closure, I would expect, and based on the opening of the previous candle, I would expect the price to correct some of this push down here. I don't know why I have this shit stretched out like that. This is really a better way to look at it. New York session brings more liquidity, more volume, yes. Yeah, this isn't pretty right now. We're waiting on some closure. The NYC has been dead all December. No, it hasn't. No, just yesterday. Yesterday was really the first quiet day. Excuse me. The first. How many of you just yawned with me? Yesterday was, I think, the first like low volume day in the entire Q4. I think we'll see a lot of volume during the holidays. I think that is probable. I mean, people are taking their profits, their end of year profits. They're closing out positions. There's gonna be volume, right? Institutions need to have a certain price by the end of the year. They have to close out their books. Like there's gonna be some volume. Markets will move. Less volume now because waiting for FOMC could be. I mean, whatever it is, it's our job to recognize when there is volume and to take advantage of it. See, now if the hourly pulls up, leaves us a bottom wick. These white lines here are still good areas for entry as long as we stay below it on the hourly, right? We can still look for positions at those areas. As long as this hourly leaves us this bottom wick And as long as the next hourly opens up with a top wick, these will be our sells at these areas, 40 to 42 areas. And if we just completely break down here, obviously we'll reevaluate for the 1 hour close. And we'll see where we could be in there. For now, I need this hourly to leave a bottom wick. I mean, the more it drives, the better off we are, right? The better it is for us. Is this not a top wick being created? Yeah, but previous candles have no bottom wicks. Hold on a second, chat. Sorry, it was on mute. December 22, blown my 3K live. December 23, blown my 15K funded. December 24, up 11% for the month. That sounds like your trajectory is correct. That sounds like you're doing one of these, right? That doesn't sound like you plateaued or you're going backwards. Right? And that's it. That's all you're doing day in and day out is to update your trajectory, right? To make sure that you go from this or from this to this to that. That's right. That's the only thing you can do today, right? The only thing you can't get to the goal today, but you can make your route, right? You can make that route a lot shorter by changing your trajectory. Instead of doing this and then this, right? You can just turn that up. There we go. Right, we should be able to correct a large portion of this previous 30 candle. We'll see. 20 minutes here for the 1 hour. You know what I'm going to do, guys? I'm going to bring you guys with me outside for about 5 minutes. Any questions? Anybody got something they want to discuss? No? Nobody wants to do no elevator talk? Anybody want to talk about the weather? Lame. Your automatic payment has been processed manually. Well, then that's not a fucking automatic payment, is it? Idiots. Idiot. Chat, drop some likes, sub to the channel. Yo, we're almost at 26.6. All we need is 50 more subs. Can we get 50 more subs? Let's go. Let's have a subathon. Let's get to 26.6. That'll be wild. I mean, it'd be good because we're slowly getting out of the YouTube gulag. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing. How can I improve on my mental game rather than the technical? I think not good in handling losses. Oh, whoa. Sorry. I think not good in handling losses, closing trades too early. You need more confidence, and that only comes through winning, right? So you be more selective. That's what I would say. Be more selective in your positions. If you see something that you usually take, you take it. And the key is to now go on a streak. You want to build confidence? Go on a winning streak. How do you go on a winning streak? Be more selective. Shit, you see a position you usually take, don't take it. Wait for the one that you take and you know you're winning it. Wait for the one that comes rarely, but you know you're going to take it. Or the one that just, even if it doesn't show up rarely, if it shows up more often. But the one where you could be like, all right, yeah, I'm getting 2 in a row here. You wait for that again, you get 3 in a row, right? And that's how you build confidence, right? And you just slowly become more selective. You know, eventually that approach, instead of becoming a practice, it becomes a habit, right? But I've gone on losing streaks. I've plenty of times where I wasn't as confident, or you lose confidence, or you're like, you start to question. Like, we're all human, right? So there's a lot of times where you start to question what you're doing. You got to realize that's not a conversation you're willing to have, right? Once that's the conversation you have, like if you're trying to go to the gym and then you're like, well, I'm too tired, or maybe like I twisted my leg, I'll go tomorrow, man, I could just rest, I go smoke a joint and then I'll go, right? You start having that. Nah, don't even invite that conversation in. That's not a conversation you should be a part of. As soon as it starts, you're like, no, I'm walking away from this conversation. Don't even entertain it. Yeah, I've said this a lot of times. On a smaller account, personally, I believe you should be taking profits, or people should be taking profits a lot quicker with smaller accounts, right? The goal with a smaller account is for you to build up your capital, not for you to become rich, right? You got to build it up to a point where it's going to make a difference, right? When you're taking massive positions. So with a small account, I always say, hey, don't look for the runners. Take your dubs in and out. Take your dubs quickly and slowly build your account to get to where you need to be, to then start taking bigger positions. You missed a sell? No, I'm not looking for anything right now. I see it. I'm on the charts. I'm outside, but I see the chart. Yeah, if we were coming up there, I'm not looking for a sell after we made that bottom wick, and after that 30 that closed with no bottom wick, no. Flipped an account from $50 to $1,000 in 2 weeks. Okay, can you flip that 1,000 now? Right? Can you flip that 1,000 to 20 grand? Can you then flip that 20 grand into a $500,000? Right? Can you keep doing that, or are you eventually going to blow the account? Longevity is key. If you're eventually going to blow the account, there's no point of you even practicing what you're doing, because the end result, you know where it's going to lead you to. Take the exit while you can and do something that's sustainable. All right, coming back, gang. Where's Green this week to remind me to press the button? You took a sell right now. Good job. Rebreak out of lows. Is that what you did? Right? Are you taking the rebreak out of lows here? I'm not. Okay. Just mapping out entries for the next hourly. Would a vibe be crazy at 26.36? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's bearish volume after this kind of range, right? What do we know? The harder we range, the harder the breakout, right? Typically. So, I mean, you can take a buy right here based on this level, but not anything else, right? And then next thing you know, this is what it looks like. Like, don't look for a reversal without any kind of, you know, anything to support your idea, except there's a level there, right? The current price actually has to tell you that it's respecting the level, number one, right? Number two, you are likelier, the market is likelier to continue than to reverse. In general, just general rule of thumb, you're likelier to continue a drive than you are to reverse a drive. And I used to trade the 5-minute breakouts. What was the win rate on that? I have a much higher win rate now. That was part of, for me to get to where I am right now in trading and to understand the things I understand, I needed to go through the 5-minute. I needed to go through that 5-minute phase. What's your analysis? Trust me, bro. What did you learn from the 5-minute? Really, for the 5-minute was the reason I went to wick entries, right? Because the 5-minute levels, this is how it worked. When I started trading the 5-minute, right, we went from taking closures to, you know, we went from celeries and onions to closures to the 5-minute, and the 5-minute levels. You know, we were saying, oh, eventually we're not even going to wait for the closure. We're going to be taking not the middle of the candle, but the wick here, right? And then we started doing the 5-minute, and then I realized that a lot of the 5-level reversals were wicks on the higher time frame. And then I started locking in on the wicks, and then I saw that the wicks aren't tapping not just the higher time frame, not just the 5-minute, but it's a lot of times that wick is a 5-minute closure, but they're also tapping like the 4-hour and the 1-hour. And they're not just driving it, they're slingshotting off the higher time frame. And that's like, it was just a slow evolution from the, you know, the closure, from the celeries and onions to closures to the 5-minute to the wick entries. It was just, that's just how it evolved. Took your advice, went from 2K live to 10K live mid-October, taking what I need along the way. Currently now all profits to pay down debts. Beautiful. W. But it doesn't mean you have to take the road I took. It means that, like, that's the road I took to get to where I'm at, to have the understanding or the logic that I have right now. And I probably wouldn't be taking wick entries had I not gone through the 5-minute phase. Right? I'm probably not going through the 5-minute phase had I not gone through, you know, through the celeries and onions and the closure outside the range. Right, and the zucchinis and the motion. What's your hair routine though? Twist it, tie it. That's about it. No products, no rubber bands. All natural. Yeah, I was at the store the other day, and this black lady comes over to me, and she's got like 15 kids. She had a lot of kids with her, and she was like, "See, that's how your hair gonna look." And it's really funny when you have a crowd of black kids looking at the white kid and saying, "Oh, that's how your hair is gonna look." It was really fun. So she goes, "What you put in there? You put what, like shea butter or cocoa butter in there?" I was like, "Nah, no products." She's like, "No products? Lying son of a bitch. I'm here with my kids and you lying to me?" It's like, "Nah, no products." She's like, "You got some rubber bands in there." I got nothing in there. It's my own natural hair. She's like, "How you get it done?" She's like, "Tanisha, that's what your hair gonna look like." Tanisha wasn't excited. She was like, eh. Snakes in the hairs. Fuck, I look like Medusa. We do a little humor, chat. We do a little humor. Some quality satire from time to time. How does the giveaway work? You have to comment on a post that I'll tell you to comment on throughout the week, and then on Fridays we do the giveaway for everyone that commented. Caught some of those buys. Oh! How did you catch buys when I said I'm not taking it? Why are you thanking me? That was all you. That was all your position. But we have 4 minutes here, gang. Lock in. This is going to be important if we close above 38 or below it, right? This will determine our next move. And we have 4 minutes. We got 4 minutes. All right. Give me a minute, chat. I'll be right back. I'm going to go take a couple of pulls in my joint. And I think we'll look for some top wick entries off the 1 hour here, right? 2640 is probably the most ideal in this situation for now. Just based on where we are and based on the fact that there's a level here that we can end up respecting right here, right? And this would be the beginning of the motion, maybe your shampoo play. So you want to close below there. All right, give me a couple of minutes, chat. I'll be right back. Shit, hold on, let me bring you guys with me. I got my phone. I just want like a office that's separated from the crib, from my house. I want an office that like I can step outside, right? Go to the other side of the basketball court or the pool and have like a separate little mini compound, but like with just the office being there. Because my office, right, it's in my house, and like my girl always got guests over. There's like a live studio audience every other day, and people always want to go walk in and see and like, oh, what is he doing? And it's like you can afford it? Yeah, soon. I would like. HOA won't allow shed. No, I don't have an HOA. I don't want a shed. I want an actual compound. Right? I'm working towards it. Chat. Prices in Florida are fucking stupid high. Like a regular house on the water is like 5 mil because you're on the water. Like prices are dumb high. Come to Texas. I like Texas, and if they, like Texas would be my second choice for a place to live. I like the beach, bruh. I don't even go to the beach. I just like being next to it. Put a sign on your door that says "Mind your business." Yeah, but with my kids, I'd walk out and "Mind your business" would be crossed out, and it would be like little hearts all over it, and it would be like, "I love you, Daddy. We miss you." Can't have a "Mind your business" sign for the kids. Where you live at? You know where I live. Right near the beach, boy. You live in the 7th most expensive city in the nation? Yeah, because you guys have city tax, state tax, federal tax, neighborhood tax, highway tax, community tax. And you have load shedding, which is wild. It's crazy to me how any place in America can have load shedding today. Fucking crazy. Okay, Easter Island, load shedding, I get it. But California? Stop. Oh shit. We closing. How we closing? Interesting, interesting. Bottom wick first. Haha. LOL. Hmm. That tapped a pretty strong support. Like, these are our advantage points, if you guys understand. Like, if you're already at the advantage points, you can now drive off of them. There's a reason you take a trade to them. Ooh, yeah, I think there's some red folders, right? Isn't there? Let's check. No, it's an orange folder. 1030 is an orange folder. We got Fomc it too. Honestly, if I'm home, I'll fucking stream it. I don't know if I'm gonna be home at that time. Closing belowsing. Back to smoking some J's. No, I mean we're trading here. I'm actively looking for a position. I just want to see where we can take advantage of the market. Where's the weaknesses, right? Where can we exploit this bitch? Exploitation nation. I want to get a good read on it. I don't want to hold this because if we hold this support, there's a big likelihood that we range today. Like you might see a trickle, right? You might see just a trickle up here. I think you don't want to see all that. So at this point, I honestly want us to smash 33. I want us to just plummet to 30 areas. That would be lovely. If we can do that, start locking in for a position around 34, 35 areas right here. Yeah, that's a previous resistance that I think with volume should have the potential to turn into a support across the board here. You see? I mean, previous support that has potential to really turn into a resistance as long as we smash through it. Oh, where am I going? In the grand scheme of things, in our session, I mean, from the opening of our session to now, it's only 60 pips, 70 pips. New York is typically like 200-300 pips in at this point. Price from the opening till now has only done 70 pips. Call it a session? No, I'm here till at the very least 11:15. So we're here for about another hour at least, right? It started moving, you know, pretty late here. Hold on a second. Remember how I was just talking about a live studio audience? Yeah, just got people here. Anyone knows some sites that give political and military headlines? I do. Actually, they reached out to me, but they try to lowball me, so fuck them. I'm not promoting them. It's a true story. It's only 10 pips, this whole thing right here. Yeah. Yo, why does my YouTube keeps closing out? Anybody else getting a lag on YouTube? I mean, I know we're live, but I'm getting a lag on the music that I'm playing because the music's coming off YouTube. No? It sounds good coming through the stream? Okay. Why do not take buy? Because there is no top wick. Because we're massively bearish. There's no top wick on a 30. No top wick on the hourly. But we're still heading down. Like, that's not the standalone, like the be all end all, right? That's not the determining factor in placing the position. Like I said, take your trade to court, right? Become the prosecutor, build a case for taking the position, right? One thing probably doesn't convince the jury, right? No top wick doesn't. It's got to be beyond a reasonable doubt. Using the no 1 hour top wick, when would you not take it into account for sells? I'll take it into account. Like if this flips bullish, closer to the end of the candle, here on the hourly, I'm looking for sells even though it's flipping bullish. Because if it close to the hourly, then it's gonna close like a leg candle or bearish, one of the two, right? Which is both still a bearish continuation for us, right? The bullish leg candle, we're still looking to head back down and fill the bottom wick that it's going to leave if it flips bullish. Let's draw it out, right? If the candle looks like this, next candle's coming back down, filling this wick. You're going to see something. The thing is, if it closes bullish, more often than not, you'll see a trickle down. So you'll see price create that top wick and you'll see it do this. Right? But if you close bearish here, if the candle flips bullish and then closes bearish, like we saw over here on the 4 of the trade that we were in, you see how it didn't really trickle down. It drove it. Because if there was momentum to finish it out bearish after flipping bullish, typically that's a strong rejection and you're going to plummet. Right? But this isn't all written in stone. You know, take what I say with a grain of salt. I'm just a guy on the YouTubes, you know what I mean? This is just what I notice and what is included in my analysis, in my breakdown. How I see it, my point of view, my perspective. right? And on the smaller time frame, remember we used to talk about the next candle makes the top wick for the previous one. So if this one closes bearish but doesn't have a top wick, if the next candle opens up and breaks that high, highly likely you're forming a top wick for this candle where it didn't have one to continue down. I'm the prosecutor and the executor. I'm just the janitor. I just be cleaning up these moves. That's it, bro. Will you relive FOMC? That's an interesting way to ask that. I'm the cleanup man, right? I'm batting fourth right now. $15 close. Am I looking for sells? No, I'm not. I'm not looking for sells here. 15 closed at a support. It could come down. It should come down. I'm going to wait it out. I'm not looking for sell at this point. Here's the thing. It doesn't owe you a bottom wick because you've closed at a level. And when you closed at a level, what happened? Your new phone's here? And they give you a charger? Now you don't have to look for one. All right. Yeah, sorry. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Now that we've closed at a support, like the market doesn't owe the bottom wick. Yeah, it should. But this is a strong rejection area. Look at this. There wasn't much of a bottom wick here historically, right? 6 pips and then bang, just took off against you. Yeah, if you were good at managing risk here, you got a chance to get out here with bottom wicks. But no, I'm not looking for a position here. Your higher quality position will be off the hourly. And at that point, you'll know what the hourly looks like. You'll have a confirmation like candle or not, or bearish. Right, we'll see something happen here, or we might see a heavy push up with the hourly flip. The market had a chance. It's not like the market was coming down here and ran out of time, right? It just closed. The market came down. It had a chance to close below. Excuse me. Like this candle was like this at some point, right? So it had a chance. It could have closed anywhere. No, it came up and closed back at a support. So yeah. It's likelier to drive down than up here, right? But you're not at like 90-10 or 80-20. You're like 60-40, 70-30, right? And that's just noise for us, right? Probability is on your side to come down, but it's not overwhelming. It's not overwhelming enough for me to be super confident. Give me your technical analysis on something else. I mean, cocoa on a daily level. I'm in love with the cocoa. But
how about no?
Is it me, or do any of you guys turn religious when in drawdown? I'm definitely going to... Yo, I have a reel on this. Literally. There's a reel from about 2 years ago on my IG. How does it go? Wait, I gotta find it. It was a moment from the stream where we were like, yo, it's like, how many of you go to the bathroom when you're in drawdown, turn off the lights, and just sit there and pray, God, please, I will never fucking enter a position like this again. I swear to God, I'll go open the door for all the ladies. I'll volunteer at the local nursing home. God, just let this shit get back to even, please. I know you guys fucking, you turn off the lights and everything. You'll sit down. You'll even be like it's a new level of prayer. And then the next day you do the same fucking thing. Like that's like a whole new level of self-absorbedness. I know you guys do this, but like, think about it. He's got to help you. There are kids being blown up to pieces. There are people starving all over the world. There are wars, famines, illnesses, right? Cancer. God's gonna help you. That's like, you got some nerve, right? Nah, that's not where the help comes in. The help is already there. You've been put in a situation that's going to test you and stretch you and make you figure it out, right? And the very act of you figuring it out and going through it is what you should be thankful for, because you got the chance. You are so incredibly lucky that you got the chance, the opportunity. You were positioned through whatever external forces there are on what you do to be at that point at this level right here, sitting in front of the charts, having the opportunity to make the correct decision or to make the wrong decision and either get better, get worse, but go through the experience. And for better or worse, the experience itself will make you better no matter the result. Don't ask for things. Be thankful you were put in a position to be able to achieve it yourself. By the way, Gigs. By the way, Wix, your Discord link is expired. I don't know why I say Gigs. I read Goggins and Wix at the same time. Yo, I'm thankful all the time for all the losses that I take and everything I go through. Thank you for putting me in a position to improve myself. Had I not gone through pineapple losses, through big losses, through deep draw, I wouldn't understand the proper way to manage risk. I wouldn't understand the proper way to teach what I'm teaching right now. I needed that experience. You need to take the downs, you need to take the losses, you need to take the hard times in stride, because that's your opportunity to get better. That's where you're like, all right, I hope I can get through this, or I know I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna do my best to get through this, because I might not get another opportunity, right, to get better here with what just happened. Take advantage of where you were put, right? The cards you were dealt. Right? We can all take advantage of the cards we were dealt, because it's not about those cards. It's about how you play them. If Powell is wearing purple tie, we going up? I told you guys, I got irritable Powell syndrome. I don't know if I can handle FOMC. I got that IPS. Yep, the IPS. Previous 30-minute candle also closed at support, but at that moment he was interested in sells. What? Yeah, over here, no, it didn't close at a support. This is a, remember we said we're gonna need a gladiator candle. This was the level. I think I drew it out too. Let's go back to our drawings. I drew out the gladiator candle that we're gonna need if we were wrong here, way before this. Right here, hold on. This was it. I think we were here. This is the candle we're gonna need to look for that top wick, right? But we were looking for sells, and you see how the very next candle here didn't give a top wick. It just went straight down. So this is, this is the top wick right here we were looking for. Remember I said, if we're gonna head down, it's not gonna be a drive. We're gonna get a gladiator candle, something that breaks out the range first. And that's what we got. And all we needed was this top wick right here, but we never got it. The market came straight down. So it was very different than what it is right now, than the 15 right now. Closing right at the support. IPS is crazy, yeah. It's highly irritable. Yeah, you hear me say gladiator candle, that's just the candle that typically breaks you through the range. Like if you have candles respecting support and resistance, you'll get a candle that closes outside, and that's your gladiator candle. The candle that's able to break through. So when I say that, it's just for you guys to understand where to look on the chart instead of just like, you know, scrolling. Okay, sometimes you do take it, right? Like if 1 hour candle closed and wick to a support. Yes, because that gives us range to support, right? Right. That's why, like we talk about this all the time. Gold is very, very good at creating a support, coming up, tapping resistance, and then retesting the support. It retests highs and lows and it fills ranges. So if you create a support, once you establish a resistance, that's a range, right? So that's very good at doing. Finds a support. Once it finds the resistance, now you have a range. What's gold good at doing? Filling the range. So you'll see this come down, fill the range, and this will be your decision area. The thing is, you can't, this is just a 5, and 5 close quickly every 5 minutes, and you can't disregard the levels on the 15, the 30, right? So once they all line up, I'll have more confidence in taking that. But when it's 1 or 2 time frames, no. And like I said, it's 70, 30, 60, 40 will come down, but it's not like a 90, 10 here. This can very easily be a rejection candle and not a range fill based on the closures. Three minutes here. 3 minutes for this 30 to close. Be careful here too. You see this level? You see how the next candle did not give a bottom wick, right? Great closure, and then fuck off. So, you know, this pull up is the market telling you to fuck off. So pay attention to this, because now this is historical price data, right? And market can mirror itself here as well. So you get a closure respecting this area. You can get that same candle riding all the way back up. Why? Because it's happened previously, and if it's happened before, it can happen here again. You have historical price data to base your analysis on, right? If you get that closure there. This is lovely. This is also a 2-hour closure here in 30 minutes. Right, higher time frame. If we can get up to these 40 areas off the next hourly, that might be in the signal channel though. Depending on how late that happens, I'll be looking for that. I might be looking for that in the signal channel. It really depends. It really depends how we print here. Top one. Thank you, Sam. Yeah, don't forget, click that link right there for top one if you want to be if you want to have a chance to trade instantly, right? To skip the challenge so you don't have phase 1, phase 2, get an instant funded, get a 25% off, but you gotta use code WIX and you gotta go through that link. All right? Don't get stuck fucking passing challenges while everyone else is making bank. Well, people that are winning the trades. Mirror on the wall. Reminds me of Shrek. Remember that shit? He was like, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? And then they brought in, the mirror didn't want to answer, so they brought in another mirror, and they were like, and they cracked it. So the mirror was like, you are, you are. That was brilliant. They brought in like a fucking, I don't know, big ass wall mirror, and like, the mirror started talking real quick and said, no, no, you are. Oh yeah, and signal channel. Yeah, if you're not part of the signal channel, the link's right there. Nightbot is on point with the signal channel link. So if we take it to the signal channel, that's your chance. All right, 30 just closed here, gang. Interesting. Closed below. We got some range to this area. Yeah, we're gonna need a top wick. I think I want the hourly to flip bullish here, to be honest with you. I don't know if I want to take entries though here. Yeah, because that bullish flip, if we're looking for entries at these areas. Yeah, I think it's going to be at the 40 level. Yeah, I hope this doesn't flip the hourly right now. I want that high to be broken on the next hourly. If the hourly can close bearish here, and we can come up, break this high on the next hourly, right? That's just a top wick. It'll be a top wick on the 2 hour as well. So then you'll have all the time frames falling in line. The 2, the 1, and the 30. Because if the 30 stays below here, we're going to be respecting previous support, which would now be turning resistance. Okay, so there's a chance it bounces right back down off 38, but I'm not going to take 38. I'm gonna wait on these higher areas and the actual closure. I think the closure of the hourly will tell us a lot, whether it closes like candle or if it actually pulls up all the way here and closes up here, which is not a late candle, and now you're getting a bullish move, right? Yeah, this is going to get interesting. Let us pray they all fall in line. Oh, they will. They will. If they don't fall in line now, eventually, at some point throughout the day, they will. And if they don't, they'll fall in line in tomorrow's session. It's like, you know. You know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man that lives on Drury Lane? Muffin Man. The Muffin Man. Undertaker. I got to get that music. Yeah, that was one of the things I wanted to put on here, the Undertaker music, just so I can open up the streams in the morning like this with the Undertaker music. Just every stream I would open up like that. This is definitely not as draggy as yesterday's session. Who remembers this clip during all times? Yo, I think there was a real, somebody posted, who was it? It was, I think it was Wix9 clips or Donvo clips. Somebody posted that. Yeah, it had the music and everything. Yeah, there's no level here that I would be bouncing off. This level right here, that's what it tapped. Is that it? Yeah, that was it. It's so weak. That's such a weak level. Yeah, like I wouldn't take a position off there. Why am I waiting for the 40 level for trades after the 1 hour close? Because then I look at the 2 hour, and on the higher time frame, I believe if we get an entry at 40, we'll have a very, very solid entry for runners and risk management. Because as you can tell historically, or last time when we've rejected here at this area, and you got a bullish closure, remember, look, if the candle's going to come up, it's going to be bullish at first, right? And it's going to give a top wick. And if we're playing that top wick, right, it's either going to come down from here or it's going to smash through our entries, right? Look something like this. And then look at where the candle came down to, right? You see the candle came down to here for a bottom wick. We're going to have plenty of room to secure some bacon and manage risk before the candle decides to, if it decides to do that and it doesn't just plummet down. So that entry on the next hourly puts us in the optimal position to do that. Why don't you take wick entries off wicks themselves, but of support? A lot of times it's a combination, right? Because a support and a resistance will have wicks bouncing off that area too. Like for example, see, this was a level, and then you have wicks bouncing right off that area, ticking down. A lot of times they'll line up like that as well. You see this level was a closure across the board, but as it became a resistance, you just wicked into it. You didn't really close it. So it's a lot of times it's a combination. Yesterday 9 pips, today 13. Yeah, like this has been really quiet the last 2 days. I think we overpipped. We overpipped in the previous few weeks, months, years. I remember the days in like 21, do your thing 21, when we would take like a 13 pip trade like once every 3 days. It's a good time for some protein. We do a little protein. This helps you build that mental muscle. You ever trade something else than gold? Yeah, everything. When you go to the gym, probably like half hour, hour after the stream. Trying to meet me there. I see you expert in that thing called Shay. You focusing on the wrong thing, bro. My legs are still burning. Shit, hate leg days. The worst part is leg days when you're just starting to work out, right? Because the first 2 weeks, you're not going to be able to get up off the toilet when you sit down. Like the first 2 or 3 weeks when you just start training legs, I remember I was like, well, maybe I need crutches. I couldn't move. Lunges. I feel like that's how you go to work. You just lunge everywhere. Well, obviously, yeah, with weights. Yeah. Nah, I do lunges with a jetpack, bro. Air lunges. Especially if you have a mate that already trains and goes first training legs with them, it's over. Oh, you're speaking from experience, bro. So this 15's not nothing. Lunges without weights is basically walking. It's basically walking. It's basically like taking really big steps, just trying to get somewhere. Stepping over puddles and shit. Unless you're 400 pounds. Well, if you're 400 pounds and you're doing lunges, that's a lot of weight. Yeah. You might be doing lunge, not lunges. You do a lunge and you're good. 14 minutes here for the hourly closure. We're definitely going to see this hourly through, and we're going to see the opening of the next hour. So probably like 11:15 at the very least. 1 hour flip flop. But that's what we said we want to see, right? We want to see how the hourly closes. Will it close as a bearish candle or a lit candle? Or does it just completely break down? Yeah, 2 hour closure here. It's a pretty heavy 2 hour candle, right? We want to get up here to 40, 41 areas. Yeah, if we can do that on the next hourly, that before making a bottom wick, that would definitely tickle my pickle. Oh man. It's been a long morning, chat. Leave me the fuck alone. It's been a long morning. Oh, man. Sat through a couple hundred pips of drawdown, got 13 pips to show for it. I think none of us are trying to see you pickle ticklers. Count your yearly percent at the end of the year. I'm like at 300% for the year. So what's going on with the drone sightings? Dog, I stayed up till like 2 a.m. just scrolling through Reddit. Just what people are posting from Jersey. Bro, there's like buses in the air, and then there's like little orbs, fucking glowing orb. I don't know, man. It is, and then the rest of the country is just sitting there chilling. Bro, if a school bus flies above my house, like if it was a short bus, I get it. But like a big motherfucker, I don't know. Any giveaway on Friday? Yes. I'll drop a post hopefully today. Hunting missing radiation from a ship in New Jersey? Yeah, it's missing radiation now. I'm surprised they didn't throw like something about Trump in there. Yeah, I was reading some story yesterday about how the condos in Florida, like the beach condos, the tall ass buildings, like in Sunny Isles, how and the Porsche Tower and the Trump Tower, how they're all sinking. And then they went in, and all three Trump Towers are all sinking and have sunk 3 inches, right? And then they go into Trump. I'm like, wait a minute, what is this story about right now? Are we talking about the condos sinking, or is this somehow getting, like, you know, turned into like, look what's wrong with that guy again? It's like, well, they thought the city of Manhattan was sinking too, like for the last 30-40 years. Still there. They were saying, oh yeah, they're building all these buildings, the shit's sinking. No, the island of Manhattan is still there, the borough. Word, what happened to that? Remember, for the last 30 years they were saying that. Yeah, I mean, if the shit's sinking and I'm on like if I'm on the 3rd floor and all of a sudden I live in a basement, there's an issue. Outside of that, I think they're good. Submariner? What the fuck is a Submariner? Seven minutes here. The 30's flipped here. Can it drive? Isn't Submariner a watch? Not a big watch fan. See? I don't like any kind of bracelets on my wrist, especially if they're metal. No locked doors. I'm an Aztec warrior. Mariners AAA team, the Sub Mariners. Word. That's Seattle's bench. That's their bench players. Submariners. Practice squad. Wow. Sorry, like this is what we've been dealing with for now. It's kind of sideways here. Kinda. No, Leroy, I'm bilingual. There's a God, that movie's so great. So goated. Man's laugh sounds like a seagull. It do. It do. Oh shit. That's because my throat hurts, but it's funny. I can't take a full breath. I gotta be doing. 3 minutes here. 3 minutes for this 1 hour to close. Yo, can this fucking mouse stop skipping? Parakeet ass. Alright, I'll take that. I'll take that. We flip bullish here on the hourly. Kind of becomes your advantage point right here. Well, let's not mix it up. Just know that's where we're looking to really to get to 36.8 at the very least. Where's the entry that could get us there profitably? We're gonna close right at it, aren't we? Yeah, I'm gonna need 2640 here. Yeah, I'm fine with this if we start coming up now. We still have a lot of range to fill here to the downside on the 2 hour. It's kind of funky though, right? This is a level we rode up from. The difference is over here the market is coming up. For us the market is coming down, so it's still expect the fill of this wick if we can get a top wick. Haha, very funny. Is it valid for sell? I'm not looking for a sell here. Call it a session, done for the day. All right, yeah. I'm not done for the day yet. I'm still looking. I'm gonna be here for this first 15. I want to see how this plays out. If it just breaks down, comes back up for a top wig, I want to see what happens here. But yeah, we obviously wanted this to open to the top side, so we can have a better entry. Drop a like and sub to the channel. Been here for a long time today. Looking like a Friday slow session, looking like yesterday's slow session. Oh shit, my phone died. You never looked into positions on the opening of the candle? We have. We just like we can't have an entry here at 2638. I mean, we can. You can. Go ahead. It's just that's not my position. With the way I trade today, the way I trade right now, my entry would be here, 2640. See you tomorrow, Dan LaBelle. Very good lessons here as always. Yeah, it's usually like that. The stream where we sit through some drawdown will typically be a more valuable stream in terms of discussions, in terms of you know, actual market knowledge and gaining experience. Those are the streams that bring the most value. Post the reel today. Tomorrow's Thursday. Yeah, I'll post something today. So I'm gonna post a trading reel and I'll post a reel for you guys to comment on. Just comment on everything. Great advantage point in your opinion? Yeah, I mean, how much pips is it? 13? Yeah. It's not about just advantage point. Like an entry here off the top wick gives us a nice, you know, a chance for a really nice move. Just historically, right? Off this level, down to here. So if we were able to wick up into this area, and come up, but then wick and then come down. Where's the lowest common denominator? Right here. So with an entry at 40, as long as that's the tip of the wick, you know, you can probably look for 28. I completely forgot about it till you walked up. Hold on a second, chat. Live studio audience, gang. Studio audience. Thanks. I learned so much from you. Been trading all by myself. No, just want to say thanks. Yes, sir. Bang. It's working then. In the Signal group, do you teach a strategy as well? Yeah, we discuss it all the time outside of the streams, and what we're looking for and what I'm looking for before I take a position or why I managed it. Yeah, we have a discussion going on all the time. And then we also do a private Asian session live stream on Sundays just for the Signal channel, where we can all just kick it, talk. You're free. It's a unfiltered session, right? So you can open up your mics, open up your cams, and just talk and chill. Live for FOMC. I don't know if I'm gonna be home yet, but if I am, I'll probably look out on my Instagram. I'll post it. I'll say, hey, we're gonna do an Instagram session or not. I mean, we're gonna do a FOMC session or not. I might not be home, but if I am, we'll fucking run it. Thank you, Jay. Thank you for the link. Fuck news. Well, the thing is, it's gonna bring volume, right? So you don't have to trade the actual news at 2, but you can trade the volume after effects 233, right? You can still do that if you don't want to trade the news. What time can we trade the after? Well, you'll see the news come out. It's not about the can. You'll see what it is and how the market moves, and you'll be able to recognize. All right, I think it played out here, or I think the news is still in effect here. I'm pushing. Typically, after the first 15-20 minutes, you can just lock in on price action. Calling a session, caught 9 pips today only. That's not only. Your job to show up today every day and just win. Doesn't matter what you catch. Right? We're not looking at the monetary value of the account. You're looking at the trajectory of your trading career. See you tomorrow. Yeah, I'm still here for now, for a minute. I'm debating if we're gonna call it 11:15 or if I'm gonna see 11:30 through. Let's see what this candle does. I am now 3 weeks no loss, bro. That's a W. W. Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, December's been killer. Been amazing. This whole month's been amazing. Later, Tom. I mean, it's been a pretty good session. We sat through drawdown, but the discussion was great. The end result was great. We had a little bit of protein, right? We flexed a little, we yawned a little. Let's do another flex, actually. Yeah, a good flex right here. Let's go, everybody. Come on. Let's go. Let's really flex the buys. Get the buys pumping. I feel like that just makes me feel good, doesn't it? When you do the... Yeah, there you go. Nick's flexing the buys. There you go. Kenny did it. It's just like, it gets the blood flowing. It's just like, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's good. It's good. If you're a dude, man, it's good to get the blood flowing. Feel the muscles. Feel them really, you know, tense up. Feel your muscles. Build some confidence. And breathe. Don't fucking pass out at the screen right now. Breathe. Okay, the 2 hours flip back the other way after making this ugly ass bottom wick. Yeah. That ain't pretty, chat. What did the buys ever do you? You ever would start like a real investment fund firm, like a real one? As opposed to it, what, a fake one? I don't know. I really wanted to at some point, but there's just so much opportunity to make money doing simpler things and doing with more benefit and greater good, you know, than investment fund, that it's just like, I don't know, maybe that's not on my that's not on the agenda for me right now. Yeah, this is ugly. I think I'm going to take this to the signal channel. Hold on. Okay, so a few things can happen here. Number one, FOMCs later today. You might end up doing this and just ranging in this area. You might break back into this range and range in this area, right? That's number one. You might create that range before FOMC. You might tap these resistance areas, create a top wick here, here, well, tapped here already, and then you might head down, right? That's number two that can happen. And if that's the case, you want this kind of push down, right, to start playing the volume, the momentum, the direction, right? Get your top wick entry. Or if we reject and we start heading the other way, range 2 breakout, right? You're gonna need your range 2 breakout, and you would have that above this area. Who do I hear? Oh, that's some. Yo, some station, we hear you. I'm gonna mute you. So if we need a range 2 breakout and that would be above there, you can start planning for buys above that area, right? So if you see something like this start happening, oh fuck, right? If you see this candle just do this, right? Now you're looking for bottom wick entries to ideally below here, because this is still a ranging market, right? You're still stuck. It's a higher time frame range, highly likely to come back up, fill these highs at 51, but it's not a trending market to the upside. We're not trending bullish here. So if you're taking this position, you want that position to be below the range. So if you get a pullback, you want to pull back below the range, not to get the peak entry, the very best entry, but to just get the entry where you can manage risk, because this is what should happen once you get that bottom wick entry. But on the off chance that that's not what happens and the market decides to not come back up and continue down as you're taking these bottom, as you're taking a buy, it's going to have to continue down off a resistance. This is your resistance, and highly likely that's where the top wick will be, right, to continue down. And if your entry for a buy was here, you'll get a chance to play this area. Capiche?
Remember it. Write it down. Take a picture. I don't give a fuck.
All right, so yeah, that's what we're looking for. So you guys know what to pay attention to, what to lock in on, and just be logical, right? If it's like, if you're not sure, when in doubt, zoom out, go to the higher time frame, and if things aren't lining up, you're not obligated to trade. You're obligated to yourself to build your account, whether that means taking a step back and stepping away from a shitty trade, or attacking during a good position, right? Either or. Your obligation is to your investors, and your investors is you, right? Not to the market, right? Don't let it manipulate you into a position, because then you've lost. The market has taken control. You want to be in control of the position 100% of the time. All right, gang, let's call it a session here. Zoom gang, appreciate you guys for sticking around, vibing with me. Nick, Kenny, my flex crew. I love it. You guys are always here. It's awesome. I don't know what happened to Eddie and the mechanic, but I think the mechanic was supposed to, market mechanic was supposed to be done with his new job. I don't know what happened to him. But other than that, oh, green is off too this week, so that's why it kind of feels a little light on the mod side. Nonetheless, W-Day, great session, a lot of value. Thank you guys for joining me. Call it a session here. We're going to be trading in the signal channel probably for the next hour and a half. And if you're in the signal channel, just look out for positions in there. If not, go join, and I'll definitely be trading Asian tonight. I didn't trade Asian yesterday. It was my daughter's birthday, so we went out, and I was out and about. But tonight, we're right back into the flow of things. Okay, so Asian will be in full swing for the signal channel. Other than that, mods, thank you for helping me on the stream. Appreciate you guys. Chat, love and wisdom to you all. As for me, my time here is up. And just like that, another New York session is in the books. Enjoy your day, everybody. See you tomorrow, 8 a.m. sharp. Oh, and if we run an FOMC stream, before you dip, I might run an FOMC stream. Pay attention to the Instagram. I'll post on IG if I'm home for FOMC. I'll post it, and turn on your notifications on YouTube if you're sub. All right, see you then. Later.